Mosquitoes stink, as anyone who has spent a summer evening repelling them or a summer day removing their bites can attest. But a significant factor in the attraction of mosquitoes to humans is the odors that we emit as humans. By creating an ice rink-sized testing arena and pumping in various people's scents, scientists were able to identify the various compounds in body odor that attract these insects, according to a research report that was published in May. Being members of the fly family, mosquitoes typically eat nectar. However, females getting ready to ovulate require a meal with additional protein, blood. In the best-case situation, being bitten will only result in a red bump that is itchy. However, due to the parasites and illnesses that these insects spread, mosquito bites frequently result in death. Malaria is among the most harmful of these illnesses. Microscopic parasites that dwell in red blood cells are what cause malaria, a blood-borne illness. When a mosquito bites a person who has malaria, the parasite is also sucked up with the blood. After maturing in the mosquito's digestive tract, the parasite will migrate to the salivary glands and then be spat back out into the skin of another human host when the mosquito blood feeds again, explained Dr. Connor McMenamin, an assistant professor of molecular microbiology and immunology at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health and Johns Hopkins Malaria Research Institute in Baltimore. Thanks to window screens, air conditioning, and advancements in drainage systems where mosquitoes' aquatic larvae can develop, malaria has been eradicated in the United States over the past century, but it still poses a threat to much of the rest of the globe. The majority of the deaths from malaria occur in children under the age of 5 and pregnant women, according to McMenamin, a senior author of the study that was published in the journal Current Biology. It causes a lot of suffering throughout the world, and one of the driving forces behind this study was an attempt to really understand how malaria-transmitting mosquitoes are finding humans. Doctors Diego Giraldo and Stephanie Rankin-Turner, the study's initial authors, Bloomberg postdoctoral scholars, and McMenamin concentrated on Anopheles gambiae, a mosquito species widespread in sub-Saharan Africa. They collaborated with the Macha Research Trust in Zambia, which is run by Dr. Edgar Simulundu, a scientist. We were really motivated to try and develop a system where we could study the behavior of the African malaria mosquito in a naturalistic habitat, reflective of its native home in Africa, said McMenamin. The scientists also intended to analyze the mosquito's capacity to track scents over a distance of 66 feet, 20 meters, compare the mosquito's preferences for different human odors, and monitor them during the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., when they are most active. The researchers built a screen space the size of a skating rink to check all these boxes. 6 screen tents that served as the study participants' sleeping quarters were scattered around the facility's perimeter. Long tubes containing the participants' individual breath and body odors were used to pump air from their tents to the main facility, where it was warmed and carbon dioxide baited to resemble a sleeping person. The odors of the sleeping subjects then served as a buffet to the hundreds of mosquitoes in the main 20 by 20 meter facility. The insect's journey to the various samples was monitored by infrared cameras. The mosquitoes utilized in the study were not malaria infected and were unable to bite the people who were asleep. The researchers discovered that some people are more likely to attract mosquitoes than others, which is something that many picnickers can attest to. Additionally, chemical tests of the tent's exhaust air identified the odor-producing elements responsible for the mosquito's attraction or lack thereof. The airborne carboxylic acids, such as butyric acid, a substance found in stinky cheeses like Limburger, were the ones that attracted mosquitoes the most. On human skin, microorganisms create carboxylic acids that are usually undetectable to us. While the mosquitoes were drawn to the carboxylic acids, another molecule called eucalyptol, which is found in plants, appeared to scare the insects away. According to the researchers, one sample with a high eucalyptol concentration may have been connected to one of the subjects' diet. Finding a link between the compounds found in various people's body odor and the scents that attract mosquitoes, according to Simulundu, was very interesting and exciting. This finding opens up approaches for developing lures or repellents that can be used in traps to disrupt the host-seeking behavior of mosquitoes, thereby controlling malaria vectors in regions where the disease is endemic, said Simulundu, a research co-author. Neurobiologist Dr. Leslie Vosshall, Vice President and Chief Scientific Officer of the Howard Hughes Medical Institute and a non-participant in the study, expressed similar enthusiasm. She remarked, "I believe it's a really intriguing study. This is the first time a scaled-up experiment of this kind has been conducted outside of a laboratory." Basal studies a different type of mosquito that transmits dengue fever, Zika, and chikungunya. She and her colleagues discovered that this mosquito species also seeks for the aroma of carboxylic acids produced by bacteria on human skin in a study that was published in the journal Cell in 2022. She said that it is advantageous that these two distinct species react similarly to chemical signals since it may make it simpler to develop traps or repellents for mosquitoes in general. The study may not immediately have any bearing on how to keep from getting bitten by insects during your next barbecue. Basal claimed that even cleaning with unscented soap leaves behind the scents from nature that draw mosquitoes. The current article, she added, gives us some really good clues about what mosquitoes are using to hunt us, and understanding what that is essential for us to come up with the next steps.